Okay, I'm going to show you the difference between color balance and hue saturation. I'm going to zoom in. I'm already zoomed in pretty much to the handlebars, or the bike frame rather, and we're going to sample a color. And we're going to make a semi-permanent sample so we don't have to resample it. You take the eyedropper, press shift, and I'm going to pick kind of a mid-tone cyan. Doesn't really matter what I select, but we're just going to select that pixel, and that gives us a sample point. Sample points are good for a few other things, and I'll maybe go into that later. I use them rarely, but sometimes they really do come in handy. So this sample point will stay there until you press shift, and I'm not going to do it because it's going to scroll really hard, and drag it all the way off the image. I would have to zoom out to do that, but to get rid of it, you press shift and drag it off the image. So now we have our sample point, which is a cyan color with these RGB values. And if we put a color balance on it, it doesn't matter what channel we change, it's going to affect this number. This is before and this is after. So if I turn up red, it's going to affect it. If I turn down red, it's going to affect it. And it doesn't matter. Let me turn it back on. I accidentally clicked the eyeball when I meant to hit reset. Reset. It doesn't matter which one changes. It's affecting these colors. And it's affecting all colors. It's affecting the whole image. You can see it right there, that magenta was added to this image. I'll turn it off. And you can see it has more of a dull, cooler look to it. And this adds, I don't know, similar to a photo filter effect. And we'll add blue, yellow. But as you can see, these adjustments, no matter if you're adjusting shadows, highlights, or midtones, it will affect globally. It will affect the global midtones, it will affect the global highlights, and the global whatever the hell. I can't remember what I just said. But let's go to hue saturation now. We still have this point sampled and reset. So we'll go to hue saturation. And I already know that that's cyan, but so let's just do reds. And watch these numbers. They shouldn't change, or they shouldn't change very much, because I don't think there's any reds in here. But as you can see, it's changing the background, it's changing his arms, and a little bit of the handlebars, because those have red in it. But it's not really affecting this area. So this is better for dialing in specific colors. Now if I go to the cyans, it will affect the bike. And you can see that immediately. I'm just cycling through colors. So we can make the bike green if we wanted to. We could increase the saturation. Ooh, wow, gross. But increase the saturation. Make it a little lighter, which takes away the color. Darker, which just also takes away the color but makes it darker. So let me zoom out. And this will affect all the cyans and all the image. And I don't really know if there's any other cyans besides that. But you could, yeah, there's a little bit in his pants here, you can see. And that's really about it. So if you go to the cyan channel, it's only affecting the cyans. And if you wanted to mask this out, we could do that. We could put a mask on there, black brush, and brush out this little bit of overflow. So, and we can get in, actually there's some in here, but you can get in there and do that yourself. Anyway, that's the difference between hue saturation and color balance. Color balance will affect the global shadows, midtones, and highlights, whereas hue saturation affects a specific color range. I guess you can more accurately call it a color range rather than a channel. Anyway, that's about it. Hope it makes sense.